Hello, everybody. Welcome to another movie review. This time, we're going down deep, 47 meters down, perhaps. So that's what we're doing. And before we get into the review, I gotta ask you a question.
What?
This is your first time doing the review
Yes.
here, so okay. What is your take on shark movies?
I love shark movies. I told you that earlier. I love any movie.
Well, no, I mean, what are some of your favorites? What do you, is that?
Oh, my favorite shark movie was probably Deep Blue Sea.
Okay.
The original Jaws. All of the Jaws after that sucked.
Okay, well, yeah.
Jaws 2, 3, and they even made Jaws 4. They all sucked. But Jaws 1, the original, good. I can't really think about any other shark movies. I'm trying to think of them.
Well, Jaws is the gold standard.
Deep Blue Sea was pretty good.
No, Deep Blue Sea is great. And for the time that it came out when I was younger, I ate that up. Recently, they've done more. Like, for instance, they did Open Water.
I didn't see Open Water.
It was decent. They did Shark Night 3D, which is terrible.
And then they did freaking Sharknado, which was...
Sharknadoes are... I'm sorry. If anybody likes them, look, they're just bad. Also, they did The Shallows.
I wanted to see that.
It's not great. It's just okay. Yeah, Blake Lively is good to look at, but other than that, just, doesn't really do much for me. And honestly, shark movies are just really tough to do.
Well, it is.
Swear to God, it's just one of the ones that...
Well, you have to have a good plot and you have to have good acting. They have to... Remember, a shark movie is in a pool. Theoretically, it's not in the ocean. Then none of that's in the ocean. It's set in a pool and with fake sharks, and they have to pretend scared and they have to pretend terrified, and a lot of actors cannot pull it off.
No, and there's a lot of tension and that needs to be created. And with this movie, there is a lot of tension to it. And before we really get into it, I just want to say that we're going to have spoilers. So if you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it and come back. If you don't care, you've been warned. So basically the story is about Lisa and Kate.
Which we found out the actors Mandy Moore
and Claire Holt.
And Claire Holt, my favorite show ever, probably. She's from the originals.
Yes.
She's one of the original vampires. That's all I know her from. She was in Vampire Diaries. So if you like her, she, in my opinion, is a better actress than Mandy Moore and did a much better job than Mandy Moore in the movie.
Well, I guess we can start there with the acting, which is basically... I liked Claire Holt a lot. I thought she was a better actress in this movie than Mandy Moore. I think Mandy Moore, honestly, did do not a terrible job.
No, I'm not saying she did a terrible job, but if you compare both actors, Mandy Moore has acted many more years than Claire Holt. Claire Holt's only been acting a few years. She became famous because of the Vampire Diaries originals. So you would think Mandy Moore would be better. But I don't think this is Mandy Moore's genre. She's more of the romantic...
like a Walk to Remember?
To Remember, romantic. She did the movie, the Stars movie. It was like an American Idol movie she kind of did where she was a singer in that movie.
Okay, yeah.
That's what she's kind of known for. This type of movie I don't think was her genre. Claire Holt, you got to remember, she plays a vampire. She plays killing people, and she knows drama and she knows suspense. That's why I think she was right for the role.
I agree with you. I think that too. And there's moments in the movie, especially when they're deep underwater and she's like trying to create tension, and I just don't buy it. Like, I know she's trying, but I just don't, I don't feel it from her. I don't feel it from her, and that's a problem. I'm like, you got to give me more. And I know that she's given it her all. Just, it's not enough.
Well, that's the thing, and this is a spoiler I'm going to say.
Okay.
There's a point to the movie where they do, they talk about nitrous oxide poisoning, and what you get, which is common when you're in oxygen.
Yeah,
I know
what was it? Deep water necrosis?
Deep water narcosis, which I was in marine biology for a year. No, I didn't graduate college, just nursing school. But basically, if you have too much nitrogen, it affects the brain chemistry, and it just all together, it messes you up. It causes hallucinations. she had these in the movie, but they're not believable. Her hallucinations were not believable. I think the hallucinations, first of all, when you hear hallucinations, they're not that in-depth. I don't think an hallucination, this hallucination talked about her sister and going to find her sister, and she found her sister and swam up here and did this. I don't think an hallucination is 20 minutes of the movie.
Well, that's the thing about it, is that they bring this up, and just to say, I don't know how you feel about it, but for me, I have a big problem with doing an ending and then faking people out.
Yeah, I don't like
doing that. I'm like, because once it cut to like, oh, this is a fake ending, I was like, oh, goddamn.
I was pissed because I was happy when they had that hallucination ending. I was like, oh, it's a good ending. It's good. And they're like, okay, this is complete bullshit and fake. I'm the type of person, I was into soap operas as a kid, believe it or not. I watched Days of Our Lives.
Oh, sure.
And just like, I hate dream sequences. I hate when somebody dies, they come back to life. Or if you ever watch Family Guy, I know a lot of people are into Family Guy, where he has the machine and he goes, oh, it's not a dream, it's a simulcast, or and it's like, you know what? No, I want to see the real story. I don't want to see a dream sequence. I don't want to see a hallucination. And I hate that. And this is what this movie did. If you do not like hallucination, dream sequences, and fake endings, you'll be really pissed off because you'll think it ended and then it'll completely trick you.
That's one of the things I didn't like about it, plus the Mandy Moore acting as well. But also, there is some good things about this movie, too. I mean, I think the CGI with the sharks is actually pretty good.
I think that was real. The thing is, I think the reason the sharks were so real, I think because what I think they did is they filmed sharks in the wild.
Okay.
And I think they brought it into the film.
Maybe. I think they're CGIing it too. I don't think that's
I think they do, but I think that's some, real footage of sharks that they're like CGIing into the movie.
Okay, maybe that's a possibility. I will say this. I really like the deep sea photography that they did, because there's those moments where like you can't see a damn thing.
Oh yeah.
And you are literally like with them, and like I don't know which way to go. I don't know.
The one part I liked about the movie, which showed about the ocean.
Yeah.
This is a spoiler again, but they land on a rock edge, which can happen. There's a lot of rock. The ocean is a very uneven surface.
Sure.
There's points of the ocean when they say 20,000 feet deep. The famous book 20,000 Depths Under the Sea. There is parts of the ocean. This they showed 47 meters, which is about 150 feet.
Yeah.
But there was a cliff in the movie where it was endless.
Yeah.
It was endless and there was no bottom. And I was like, if they ended there'd be no movie. So it was kind of like luck of a draw with the movie that they landed on a rock edge.
Yes, they landed there. It definitely is luck on their part. I will say this much, as far as like the basic story of like basically Mandy Moore's character goes with her sister to Mexico, and the idea that they're there to basically have a trip, have fun, and Mandy Moore's boyfriend basically dumped her, and she's looking for
excitement,
for fun and excitement in her life to try to get back her boyfriend. And the problem with that is that you almost think these events wouldn't have happened had,
oh, absolutely,
like the sister not like,
but
hey,
what's unbelievable about the movie, just what's so unbelievable.
Yeah.
If you never take scuba diving lessons and you're not scuba diver certified, okay, it's Mexico, anything could happen.
Yes.
The things she did in the movie, and I'm not going to say everything she did in the movie, I don't want to be a spoiler, but the things she did with the equipment or going underwater or this, there is no way, if she knows nothing about scuba diving, that she would even have any remote idea how to use the gear and even have any remote idea what she's doing. And that was pissed me off because it was unbelievable.
Well, you know what, more than that though, is that like basically before they go into the water, Matthew Modine's character,
who's Matthew Modine?
He played the captain.
Oh, the captain,
he played the captain
the gray-haired guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he ended up basically, before she went in the water, said, okay, this is how you do this, this is that. Just gave a very brief overview, and that's it. Now, in the movie, she has to do things that are like a little more in-depth that
exactly.
he didn't say.
He didn't say. Her sister kind of taught her, but it was very unbelievable. And what's unbelievable, and this is what pissed me off,
Yeah.
between both sisters, I know Mandy Moore is the bigger actress and she has more popularity. And I understand they saved her, but in my opinion, she shouldn't have been... Between both sisters, with the experience, everything, they shouldn't have saved Mandy Moore. They should have saved, Mandy Moore is Lisa, and Kate Holt is, actually, the name of the movie is Kate. Yeah. She should have been the one, in my opinion, who was saved.
Well, even more than that is just like, what demographic are they going for if they're bringing in Mandy Moore? She's not exactly with the teen crowd anymore.
No.
So... what are they like bringing Mandy Moore in? Are they just saying, are they just getting her for the sake of getting her? Or are they
I think, as I said before, and I was telling this to Seth, Mandy Moore had no career for a long time. She was doing her music. She had no career. This movie came out, I think Seth was telling me, really's been out for... Yeah. They made it 3-4 years ago. When Mandy Moore did an interview, this was her comeback movie. She talked about this movie.
Yeah.
So this was her comeback movie. This is her big comeback movie. If it's a blockbuster hit, makes a lot of money, she'll be doing more movies. But I think she was the wrong person for the role. She fits the romantic, love story, singing type movies. I mean, she doesn't really fit the demographic. Even now, she's acting on TV. She's in the show This Is Us. Guess what her thing in This Is Us is? She's a singer.
Yeah.
She's a singer, and that's what this is just, she really went out of her depth with this role, but it's not the right role.
And I talked about this with my other friend during the Mummy review. It's just the idea of when an actor doesn't fit a role, it takes it out of it.
It ruins the whole movie.
And that's the problem. I also want to say, and some people know this as well, that this movie actually came on DVD last year. Basically it was going to be just a straight to DVD movie. It actually wasn't even called 47 Meters Down. It was called In the Deep. And a week before it was supposed to come out on DVD, basically another distributor bought the movie and they shelved the DVDs that were supposed to be sold, except for Target actually ended up selling a lot of those movies prematurely. So a lot of collectors out there have the movie already on DVD, just call it a different name.
And they're probably worth lots of money.
And it's worth lots of money. And I mean, this movie this past weekend made over $11 million. And for a small budgeted movie, it's made back a lot of money.
Well, that's the thing. It depends how much it costs to make it. For example, I don't know if people are familiar with Percy Jackson, but the first Percy Jackson movie.
Sure.
They spent $200 million and only made $140 million. So it was even though it made a lot of money, it was a block office failure because it lost $60 million. It took them several years to make a sequel.
Sure.
They were originally going to make all the books into movies.
Yes.
So it all depends. I'll give you another movie. Resident Evil, the first movie, guess how much money they spent on making it? $1 million. That was the whole budget.
$1 million.
First movie, Resident Evil.
There you go.
It made over $80 million.
Exactly. So if you make a movie for a low budget and it makes back a good amount of profit like this movie did so far, you're gonna pocket it and you're gonna say, hey, you know what, let's make another shark movie that probably is gonna,
I think these type of movies are popular right now. They're very popular.
They're popular, and again, this movie, like I said, The Shallows last year was a good hit. I didn't care for it, but it made the money. People wanted more. You got this movie. You're going to probably see more in the future, maybe in the next year or two. But you got to make better movies.
You do, but you got to understand something. In June, they don't make the blockbuster movies.
Well, they do, yeah.
They do, but it's usually summer. But the big months are July and August when you have the epic movies. I'm talking like the really...
Okay, sure.
The really strong, powerful movies that are going to make 100, 200 million, 500 million. They knew this was going to... They released it. They knew it wasn't going to make a lot of money. But also, look when they released it, Father's Day weekend.
Yeah.
So they knew a lot of fathers are going to be into this movie.
Yeah, are going to go to... So it was smart marketing on their part, and they knew the demographic that they were going after. And it does have an effectiveness to it. I will say a couple other things I don't like. One, some of the editing I don't like. For instance, some of the shark attack scenes, like, it felt like when a shark is gonna go at somebody, it's very choppy of editing. It's like you don't really see them.
No, of course not.
Go at them. But that's a problem. You need to see that, the grisliness of it, and you don't really see it, and it almost loses its effectiveness.
But you know what I did like about the movie, and to get back to the movie, they showed multiple sharks, and they showed multiple sharks attacking, and that's how it happened in the wild. A little bit of marine biology, no, you're not going to have the same shark doing the same attack on the same cage or the same people. You're going to have down there, a lot of sharks are not schooling creatures. They're very solitary.
Yeah.
So sharks are not you're not gonna have two sharks attack at the same time, or three. They never showed really two sharks attacking. They showed one shark attacking, another shark attacking, and what they did, it was always a different shark. So it wasn't like the same shark attacking over and over again. Because I don't think sharks have memories like that where they're gonna keep on attacking the same people.
No, and you know what, look, I mean, with sharks, they're popular. Shark Week happens every year. There's a fascination with them. So, you know what? These types of movies are not going away anytime soon.
No, because people are fascinated. I mean, I thought it was a great movie. I don't want to say it was a great movie. The acting wasn't superior, but I thought the plot was a pretty decent plot. I thought it was pretty original. That idea where you're in a cage, because most of the time you don't have the cage element involved. So they're in a cage, you fall in the ocean, the chain breaks. I thought the elements were really good there. I thought the plot was good. I thought in many areas it could have been stronger, but I thought it was a pretty decent plot. I thought the acting, I mean, the acting could have improved. I thought the scenes, the CGI, I thought was really good, but as you said, the editing was a little bit choppy.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Because we go on this review show by grade rating. So A+.
I wouldn't say it's A+. I would say this is probably a C, maybe C minus.
So are you doing C minus or C?
I'm probably going to say C.
Okay,
it's a passing grade. It's a passing grade. I would say if I have to give a star review, how many stars, I would probably give it maybe 2.5, maybe 3 stars. I'm really not going to say, it's not a type of movie. I mean, yeah, we spent the money at the movie theaters, but this is the type of movie I would say, wait until it comes on DVD, wait until it comes on Netflix, wait until it comes on TV. It's not like a movie that, let's just say, it's no Jurassic Park or Lord of the Rings.
No.
I mean, it's a movie if you want to go and have a date with your girlfriend or boyfriend
or
and
whoever,
you're hanging out with friends. It's that type of movie you could sit back and relax. You don't really have to pay much attention to it. It's not like you're going to miss anything.
For me, this is easily a watch it on DVD movie.
Exactly.
It's easily a watch it on DVD movie. And again, I thought some of the acting was strong. I thought the supporting stuff by Matthew Modine, who was in Stranger Things, I think he did a really good job as a supporting role. I thought Claire Holt did a decent job. Mandy Moore in moments. The editing, choppy. I thought the plot wasn't all that great, but then again, most of these shark movies don't have great plots anyway, so it's tough to say. My grade rating would probably be a C minus. So I'm there in a C minus of, it's a time waster. Yeah, you're probably gonna think about it just a little bit after you get out, but it's not like what Open Water was a few years back, where it really got the public's attention. It's not like
Deep Blue Sea,
Jaws, or Deep Blue Sea. So it's sort of like substandard when you go down the list of the shark movies. But again, it's worth your time if you like it.
I have to say, this movie, the one thing on it, there wasn't enough concentration on the sharks. I mean, you did see the sharks, you did see the attacks a little bit, but there wasn't enough concentration on the sharks. Deep Blue Sea, there was heavy concentration on the sharks. Jaw, heavy concentration on the sharks. Shallow, concentration on the sharks. This movie was more of a human feeling type of movie. You really wanted to get involved, they wanted you to, I don't know if they accomplished it, but they wanted you to feel for Mandy Moore, and feel for her sister, which was Kate, and feel for the actors, and it was more of an emotional movie. Let's feel for the actors. It was, if you're looking for an intense shark attack movie where lots of people get killed, or, you know, a vicious movie, this is more an emotional thriller.
Yeah, if you're looking for a lot of great shark attack sequences, you're not going to get it. And it's unfortunately a shame, because that's one of the reasons why I came to the movie.
Yeah, we said that at the beginning we wanted a suspense thriller.
Yes.
This was not a suspense thriller. This was more of an emotional, you know, they wanted you to go on an emotional roller coaster ride. It wasn't really a suspense thriller. It was more like, let's gear up your emotions.
Yes, absolutely. So that's what I think. And so, any other final thoughts before we leave for this review?
No, I wouldn't waste my money going to the movie theaters. What I would do is wait until it comes to Hollywood Theater, or if you have I don't know where you're viewing this, a discount movie theater, wait until it comes out for $1.50, or rent it when it comes out on tape. But you know, it's not a movie you're going to watch over and over again. I don't even suggest buying it on DVD, because I don't think you're going to watch it 5 times in a row. It's the type of movie you're going to watch once and never watch again.
Yeah, I completely agree. So, thank you, guys and gals out there, for watching the review, and we'll see you next time for another movie review. See you guys later. Bye.